Shalom, everybody, and welcome to ReligionWinked TV. My spiritual ears stay. Let's try to sort out what happened today with this debate, y'all. When the music ends, we'll get into it. Hey to the two people watching. How are you? Thank you for showing up. Just gonna have a little fun. Make light of what happened today. Come up with a little plan, a little order, a little format. Some rules, if they ever happen to try to debate one another again. Maybe they'll use this format. I mean, it'll work. So what we're going to do, guys, is, let me see. Let me see if I can navigate through some things. Hopefully you guys see Wikipedia. You guys can take a look for yourself what it means. We'll go through it when the music ends, and then we'll get into some other stuff. We'll have a little fun. We're not here to talk about what happened. We're just here to talk about what a debate is and how they can set up their format going forward. I may not be the brightest tool in the shed of YouTube, but I am not the dumbest one as well. And I don't think anybody is. Sometimes you just have to prepare for debates. You have to get your stuff ready. You have to know what the rules are, know what the time is, know what questions are going to be asked. And definitely a good host, a good moderator is something you definitely want to have on your team. So I came up with a little format. You guys want to use it? Shout out to you, VS. Shout out to you, 7 Stars. Maybe somebody can come up with something a little bit better than what I came up with, or maybe you guys can add to what I came up with. I'm going to get in the chat. If you guys come in and share your ideas, I talk to people. I communicate. I have a sound mind, and I come from a place of a pure heart. So when you look at debate, it's a process that involves formal discussions on a particular topic. And what we saw today was definitely not formal. And it was no discussion. In a debate, opposing arguments are put forward to argue for opposing viewpoints. So knowing what a debate is, and the great debaters with Denzel Washington being one of my favorite movies, and me loving to debate the Bible and the Christians and the lies of the world, and the pro-conscious black community and other people, right? I know what a debate is, and I love debates on here because it's where two grown people, two mature people, two reasonable sound people can get together and actually work their differences out. Or let the yays be yay and your nay be nay. You're going to have your own viewpoint. You're going to have your own opinion on whatever the topic is. So I came up with an idea for VS and 7 to do the next time they embark on a debate. So it goes on to say, in a debate, opposing arguments are put forward to argue for opposing viewpoints. Debates occur in public meetings, academic institutions, legislative assemblies, church, on YouTube, off your platform, in your own houses, at the dinner table, and especially at holidays, right? We can all relate to that. It is a formal type of discussion. And see, that's what I want to make it here for them. I want to show them how formal it can really be if people would just take the time. Shout out to Tube Talks. It was her first time doing it. And of course, preparation brings about prosperity. You know what I'm saying? But also, you got to give the moderator and people time. It can't be a rush thing. You know, we know VS had only an hour, and the way I set up this debate, you may be in it for like an hour and a half, depending on what happens during the debate. So it's definitely not something you want to rush. You want to set aside 2, maybe 3 hours, depending on who you're debating, you know, and what topics, what questions the opponents, the participants bring to the table. Because I even worked out something for them as well as to how they can get the questions to the moderator, let the moderator put the question out on the table, and then be like, your turn to answer. You know what I'm saying? Point to that person, time, go, and whatever. We'll get into the logistics of everything. I want you guys to understand, debating is carried out in the debating chambers of assemblies. It can be carried out anywhere. There's various types to discuss matters and to make resolutions about action to be taken. Now, was this debate to resolve anything, or just to get on here and take shots at one another, or still leave things up in the air between two so-called YouTube supporters or content creators who used to roll with each other and then they fell out? And again, I don't get into all of that. It's enough information on YouTube for you guys to go to Seven Stars platform and subscribe to her, and also to VS, the TSCC Mess Express. I think that's what she came off and did her debate. So basically, it's a formal setting. So what I'm gonna do, guys, somehow I'm gonna try to get back. Wait a minute. I'm gonna try to stop sharing, maybe. Oh, cool. All right. So wait. Let me see. I want to stop screen share. There we go. All right. So to the one person watching, 2 people. TC, hey, are you getting to be a moderator? If they like this setup and like what we're about to get into, TC, I would love to, because I'm very unbiased. I have mutual respect for both of them. Never had a beef or a problem with anybody that I know of on YouTube. I have a very sound mind. And I do know how to navigate, for the most part, through this system of StreamYard. So hopefully. So TC, what we're pretty much going to do, right? The first thing is, each participant will email the moderator 5 to 10 questions of their choice. I misspelled this, but you know what? Thank God for, what is it called? Editing. Hold on. Each participant emails the moderator. Oh, okay. Because, all right, you don't get but 120 spaces. So it's the question of their choice. All right. So it says each participant emails the moderator. Here we go. All right, let's go here. 5 to 10 questions for their opponent. VS gets to pick out her 5 to 10 questions for 7 stars. 7 stars get to pick out her 5 to 10 questions for VS. Does that seem fair so far right now? All right, let me go back to the comments. So, hey, TC, what's up? Are you going to be a moderator? Hopefully. I think your format is the best for both of them. And, you know, again, you don't need people being hostile and angry. You need a calm spirit somewhere in the midst of all the debates and, you know, the conversation going on. Questions should have categories. All right, so let's get into that. TC, I am going to go ahead and add that in. Okay, so questions should have categories, such as family. They can pick 1 to 2 questions out of family. They can pick, you know, I agree. I'm putting it up. Questions should have categories. Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and put that right up on the screen, because that does make sense. The questions, there should be categories. There should be questions. You don't want to go from past childhood and then to, you know, modern day YouTube. If you're gonna go in the past, then there's questions from the past. Both of them should ask each other however many they want to ask from the past, right? If they want to talk about the YouTube drama, think of, 2 or 3 questions or whatever, or one category of YouTube drama. And I do agree, it sounds pretty good so far, so far, so far, so far. So let's see. Family, Black history. Absolutely. See, this is a little personal between them. Remember, they fell out for whatever reason. So I'm thinking that they're going to send in personal questions, because like when we were watching the informal debate today, they were both, talking not so much about Black history or education or, life struggles. It was just personal attacks. So they will be able to come up because they know the questions they want to ask each other right now, I believe. So let them come up with their own questions, but we can give them categories such as your past history. What does Black history mean to you? We can give them some of that white power, just to mix it up a little bit. The moderator will be able to throw 1 or 2 questions that they didn't come up with, so that they would have to answer it right on the spot, right? So one of the things, let me go back here and we can keep working our way down. So each participant has to email the moderator 5 to 10 questions, however many we want, however long they want this to be. And that the opponent, that they want read publicly. We can't come up with the questions because there's some things that they may not want us to talk about. But if they come up with the questions, these are questions we can read online, read out loud, and they shouldn't have a problem answering the question, because these are the questions they came up with. You know what I'm saying? So 2, the time allotted for the question to be answered, because the way I understand debates are, there's a topic on the table. Each opponent has 2 minutes to answer, and then like a minute to rebuttal. So being that they're asking their own questions, if you call me a liar, I got 2 minutes to defend why I'm not a liar. And then you got a minute to come back and rebuttal that. That's how it's going to happen, and that's how it should go down. Each question, the main question, VS asks a question, she's muted out. 7, you got 2 minutes. Answer it. Boom. You're muted out. Okay. The question comes back over. The rebuttal comes back over to VS for 1 minute. She can rebuttal that. Then we move on to the next opponent's questions. Gotta have some order, people. Gotta have some structure and order. The time allotted for the rebuttal, because VS, when you have a debate, I know you want to ask a question and just answer it, but if you're accusing people of certain things, like you and Seven were going back about how y'all fell out, they need to be able to rebuttal it. So I feel a minute would be a good thing. So if you have 5 questions, Seven had 5 questions, they're 2 minutes apiece to answer it. That's 10 minutes on both parts right there. You see, we're 20 minutes in already. Then if you're dealing with a moderator like me, you got to give people time to click a button or to adjust the stopwatch or whatever clock they're using. You got to give people, the moderator, time to do that as well. So far, do you people agree with me, the 2 people in the chat, that they get 2 minutes to answer the question asked, and then the person gets a minute to rebuttal that answer question? And it's only a minute. So we go on to any yelling. No yelling allowed. No yelling allowed. Nobody has to sit between 2 yelling women. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Not me. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. I have fury with 2 women. No. Sitting between 2 women scorned. Oh, that's hell's job, not mine. But what I'm saying is, you have to have respect for the moderator. Some people could be nervous. It's their first time. They don't understand how debates go, because, everybody wants the clout, the clicks, and the views. If you guys want to give out for free a debate, I'm willing to do it if you guys find me worthy too. If not, use this setup. It's going to work for you people. No yelling allowed, or you will be placed in a 30-second muted timeout, giving your opponent that time to utilize, to do whatever, say whatever, rebuttal, drag you in a nice way. We're going to get to swearing. We're going to get to some rules. You got to have organization, people. Gotta have some organization. And you gotta stick to the rules. And I'm pretty good at doing it. 5, hanging up on the debate will result in immediate disqualification and you forfeit the debate to your opponent immediately. So I'm going to take a break here. We are on number 6. When we come back, I'm going to go to the comments and see what we have going on here. So, okay, we got TC, current events, thoughts after other content creators. Absolutely. Those are some categories that the moderator themselves can come up with 2 or 3 questions to throw in there. You got 30 seconds to answer and see what their views are on current events, YouTube drama, other content creators, or whatever it may be. Good advice, TC. Yay, good advice. So 2 women scoring, honey. I was like, okay. And you say you like number 4. Okay, let me go back to number 4. So yeah, no yelling, or you will be placed in a 30-second muted timeout, giving your opponent that time to utilize. So if you're asked a question and you begin your 2 minutes, and all of a sudden you curse during that 2 minutes, I have it here somewhere. We're gonna get to it. During that 2 minutes, you're in a 30-second timeout. So you're only gonna have a minute and 30 seconds, or however long it is, for you to finish your answer. And then the person still gets to come behind you with their minute rebuttal. So we did number 5, which is no yelling. Oh, hanging up is immediate disqualification. Any swearing, any disrespectful behavior will result in 15-second muted timeout during your allotted times. This is anytime you get an attitude with the moderator, they have the option or the say so. Anytime you give resistance or whatever toward the moderators or whoever is on the panel at that particular time, they have an option to just put you in 15 minutes timeout, because this is a formal discussion. There's no reason to be upset, angry, hostile, full of anxiety when you come. You know what you're coming for. So then it goes on to say again, any rude behavior towards the host will result in 2 warnings and then a whole minute violation, muted and timeout. So that's supposed to be then, and then a whole minute violation, muted and timeout. So you won't have 2 minutes to answer. You will have 1 minute to answer. Because I don't tolerate rude behavior. I got 5 grandchildren, 3 grown children. I don't display rude behavior. So I think when somebody's trying to moderate to help 2 people work through their differences or lay it out on the table, there's no reason to take your anger out on that person. You have an opportunity to think fast, get whatever's on your chest, say it with your chest, little nigga kind of thing, in 2 minutes, act well, and you may come out the winner because you'll let your voice and your message speak for yourself and not your rudeness and your wrong behavior. So I'm big on this one. Immediately you would get 1 minute violation. So please be courteous of the moderator's time management respectfully. A lot of people cannot navigate through applications as fast as you want. Heck, even if you're standing on a stage in the middle of a college, the moderator still has papers before them, still is given a time to ask the question, still is given, seconds to put people in timeout, to moderate other things that's going on around and surrounding the debate. So be respectful of that, people. I know you are anxious. I know you want to get your point across. I know you want to, go in on that person at that particular time. But what I would really like for you to do is be courteous of the moderator's time management. Eventually, we'll get better at doing this. I think I'm doing pretty good right now, right, CC? And we're not even moderating anything, but it's like you got to be respectful of the moderators. and knowing they are going as fast as they can, being as fair as they can. You know what I'm saying? And so then we finally get down here to TC, and she added in questions should have categories. And I'm going to say that the moderator should be allowed to ask 2 to 3 questions in between their questions, or throughout the whole debate, in the beginning or at the end, however you guys see fit, because your opinion matters. So the moderator should be allowed to ask 2 to 3 questions at the beginning or end. And maybe just to even lighten the spirit and the load of things, because when 2 people come into debate, you coming to show off, and you coming to show, you study to show yourself approved. You quick on your feet. You think you can answer questions, and you here to defend yourself, to debate. So it would be good if the moderator get involved early on and talk about current events, or maybe politics or something else, because we all know that eventually the debate is going to gear toward YouTube beef and YouTube drama. So let's go ahead and put that in there, and we'll put that up on the screen. The moderator should be allowed to ask 2 to 3 questions at the beginning or at the end. So I'm going to go over here to the comments again. And we have, let's see, TC swearing or twerking. Hell yeah, BS. Let me tell you something. Dear Lord, dear Lord, dear Lord. You get up on here twerking like that, the windows of heaven may open up on you, child. No, absolutely. There will be no swearing or twerking, guys. I mean, because as it is, people are trying to keep their platforms clean, but I did make a Port Authority pull-up panel. If you guys want to pull up to Port Authority pull-up panel, you can go over there. It's one of my second channels. It was I think it was ReligionWinked TV Live, the second channel, the sister channel to this. And last night I heard BS saying, somebody make a panel, show yourself. I'm like, shoot, I should just get on there. But no, I like to prepare. I ain't rushing into nothing. If you guys see this setup, and remember, I did it here first, guys. You're going to have other people out there try to mimic what I just did. They have the bigger channels. They have the platforms. But I do have a sister channel called Port Authority Pull Up. Y'all like to pull up on people on these YouTube streets. And we have one of the baddest port authorities in New York City. You talk about pull up. All kinds of buses and people be pulling up in there. So it would be befitting for people to pull up on that little yellow bus that some people still riding out here on YouTube, and have a seat on a Port Authority pull-up panel, and we can have some of these debates. TC, you remember when we debated the food stamps, right? We've been doing that kind of stuff on this channel, so I'm not going to deter from it because other bigger content creators, need to debate or have a need to get some stuff off their chest. I think organized, I think well constructed, the format of it, the rules, even have a person for the time to help the moderator. I mean, there's some things to take into consideration, and you will see one of the best and one of the greatest debates on YouTube following and giving this format. Nuri, I'm coming to you. Hey, sweetie, how are you? No, that's not how you word that. The moderator will. Okay, yeah. See, the moderator would have to do some things. Absolutely. Hey, Nuri. Hey, Drew and TC. She says, welcome. Milagros. Hey, I'm coming. How are you? TC said, hi, Nuri B. So, Milagros, take this back to 7 Stars. I always tell you to tell her hi, and I go over and say hi to her sometimes. But see if she would watch this video, see if she likes some of the format, because I think that will be a bit to see them two really go head to head with a structured debate. Come on. I think it would be amazing. How are you, sweetie? Welcome. TC said, yes, we do at Religion Winked TV. That's right. That's what we do. We've been over here doing this kind of stuff, so I'm used to it. Yes, indeed. Milagros said, the no swearing would be difficult. But Milagros, here's the thing. They get 2 minutes to ask the question, right? And then if they swear, where is it? Where is it? They're going to immediately get a 15-second muted timeout. So if you're answering the 2-minute question, you got 2 minutes. If you happen to swear, if you swear 6 times, you might as well not even answer your question because you're going to be muted. But if they curse like maybe one time, that's a 15-second violation. So you figure eight swear words, you just wasted your whole 2 minutes. And then the thing that I like is that the other person gets to utilize the timeout. Hold on. Where's that at? Where is that? Oh, right here. So no yelling, no swearing to that effect, right? Once a person is put in timeout for either yelling or a violation or swearing or being rude to the moderator, that time immediately kicks over to the other person as well. So that's kind of like, you want to swear, now we're going to let the other person, while you sit in your 15 seconds, they got 15 seconds to talk during the 2-minute, question. So it's like if TC asks me a question right now, and I'm on the timer for 2 minutes, and the first word is F come out my mouth, immediately the moderator, the time person, puts me in 15-second timeout and unmute the other person for 15 seconds. And then once the 15 seconds is over with, I go back onto the 2 minutes, but I only have like 1 minute and 45 seconds now. So yeah, I think it definitely has some, let me see. Yes, a timekeeper is necessary. So it would be like 4 people on the panel: the moderator, the timekeeper, and the 2 opponents. Absolutely. That way, because I like what Tube Talk did today. She said she was pulling up her timer, but I thought she was going to put it on the screen. So the person that's on the timer, they're going to actually have a timer, or we could kind of like get one of those digital timers that make it sit, or could pull up on the screen somehow. Hey, Nuri Milagros said, hello, everybody. Milagros, thank you. I mean, they're both trying to say it's not about money. I've been sitting over here trying to come up with ideas and do things on my platform other than read the Bible. And this would really help my channel grow, show people I have skills. Not everybody is dumb or ignorant or uneducated on YouTube. And I just proved to you guys that if you take the time to prepare and think about what it is you want, get the advice of other reasonable people. We just came up with a whole format, maybe a 2-hour debate. Give and take the time out. Give and take, maybe there might be some technical error. But if they have 5 questions, they're 10 minutes apiece. I'm out 2 minutes apiece to answer. So VS would have 10 minutes. 7 Stars would have 10 minutes, right? Starting out. If they do any swearing, cursing, stuff like that, their time is diminished depending on what violation it is. They also will have a minute to rebuttal those 2-minute questions. So they'll have the 10 minutes plus, if it's 5 questions, an extra 5 minutes to rebuttal, a minute after each question, they'll get to rebuttal. So, and then you can see how it builds out maybe to about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the most, but no more than 2 hours for this to work. So I think you should take the swearing violation part out. I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't even want to, because we're talking about 7 Stars and VS. that's why I said it wouldn't be on this channel. Somehow I would, switch over to the other channel and do this. But we're talking about two headstrong women. They both use foul language. It would kind of be hard, for to tell them not to swear. It could be done, and we could take the violation out. But if they swear, they have to pay that penalty. They have to sit that minute out. Or if you guys want them to forfeit the whole debate, then it's gonna like, wait a minute. We could sit through a little bit just to hear what they have to say. They need to get it off their chest respectfully. And they don't need anybody biased. They don't need anybody that's been in the chats talking about them. Yes, VS and Seven, I sat over here and did videos pertaining to both of y'all, but I've never been disrespectful. I gave my honest opinion and some insight. And then sometimes when I be sitting over here reading the Bible, it seemed like the Bible and God is talking to all us demons out here on YouTube. I'm just saying, so I'll get into that you, but I'm not pointing a finger or picking on anybody when it comes to reading the Bible. I just know when God talk about wicked and demons and the demonic, hell, we all kind of fall in that category. So I don't be picking on people that way. But I have done videos. I've never been biased. I've never been judgmental. Never had an ill heart or ill manner toward either one of you guys. I've been what I consider neutral on these YouTube streets. I never picked a side, and I won't down to this day. So you don't have to worry about me and the timekeeper. Like today, I saw where Seven did get a little bit of extra time to go on there, not taking sides. But it happens when you're not used to, working the mute and this, that, and the time clock at the same time. So it happens. But we'll have a timekeeper. We'll have a moderator just to watch the debate, and the timekeeper will do the time. But I feel like I could do this. I feel like I've earned my stripes on this YouTube streets, and I actually show you that I am a person that have started a lot of programs, written a lot of plans for people, a lot of care plans in nursing. Anybody that knows what nursing is, I've outlined a lot of instructions for people to live by, help improve their lives. And hopefully this will help improve what happened today. And again, VS, you can't rush in it. I know you want to do it today, but people got to get set up. Usually you give it a week. You guys think about what it is, or maybe 3 days, or by the weekend, but just to throw something together ASAP because you want to get it off your chest. It makes everybody anxious, and everybody's on one, or blood pressure done rose up, especially the moderator. I think they're the most nervous between all the tension. So you got to be fair. So Milagros, excuse me. Oh, where am I at? Oh, you guys don't win so fast. Okay, back to Nuri. I don't believe they can do it without swearing. That's it too. We know who they are. So I would even be willing not to overlook it, but overlook it for the purposes of them. But like I said, if it's that like damn and hell, but if it's the foul language, they could sit in timeout, they could get penalized, they can get a 30-second violation, and they will be aware of all the rules. And again, whoever is the moderator, if it's me or whoever, the thing that these two will have to do is get the email the questions. So the moderator already has the questions. It will be typed out so that it's put up on the screen. These are VS questions for 7 stars. These are 7 stars questions for VS. So we'll have some kind of plan. Yeah, the swear violations removed because 7 would be on timeout. That's what I said. She would just be like, the first 5 seconds, be like, okay, girl, that's a 15-second violation. Exactly. So I'm even willing to, be mature about that. And no, it's just one of those things that we're going to hear some swearing. All right, so both will never talk because they will be in timeout. And that's when the moderator gonna be sitting there, the timekeeper, like, we gonna find some reason to have a debate. Milagro say facts. While they in timeout, we gonna be sitting up there. Hope we don't start another war or need a debate. Nobody can get. Oh, nobody got time for 2 hours. You know what? It watching them two go head to head, the questions I think they ask, because you got to remember, given they already get the 2 minutes, the 10 minutes apiece for the 5 questions. Say they want to do 10 questions, or we could limit it to 3 questions. We would have to really be precise on how many questions it is they're allowed to ask. But I'm thinking a good hour and a half is what it's going to take. Because you remember, you got to take into consideration, if it's me, I'm slow with transition, with, I'm still learning how to navigate through this right here a little bit. I'm a little bit faster than what I appear, but, and then, like I said, something can malfunction. Somebody may have to go to the bathroom, anything. So we could set it aside for 2 hours. I mean, we watch lives for 2 hours, but they've been very entertaining. And I think this will be very, very, very entertaining. With some kind of organization and some kind of control. No. Don't forfeit the debate just because of cursing. Exactly. Hold on, TC. Where'd you go? Okay, that's that. I think you can do it too. Yeah, no, I think I would be good at it. I think I can. And then, like, I'm not that maternal, but I know how to say, hey, wait a minute. You're not going to overtalk me. Like, they need that as well. They need somebody else as firm as them to say, hey, wait a minute, ladies. You know what? Take a moment, mute everybody out for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and let's regroup. You know what I'm saying? Let's regroup. So, yeah, you got to have a strong voice behind the moderation as well. Compromise and negotiation is key for the rules of engagement of this YouTube debate. They have to compromise. Ladies, you have a problem with one another. But if that kind of problem, really, if you sit down formally and say, okay, I'm about to get this off, let the chips fall where they may. It's organized. We got witnesses. We got somebody controlling it, because them two are very controllable. Not controllable, they control themselves, and they don't like to relinquish control. So that's going to be kind of hard too, sitting there. And I think that's what happened the first go around. They were calling for a moderator, but the moderator wasn't there, and they're both, not going to let anybody else control the situation. So that's going to be tough with them too. Whoever sits between them has to know that they don't like to relinquish control, but for the purpose of moderating, you have to come with, okay, this is the moderator's platform, I got to respect the platform and go from there. So we'll see what happens, guys. How long have we been going on this live right here? Because I don't want to go too long. I want Seven and I want BS to really actually watch it and see it. Now, what we're going to go, if you guys can add to it, please. 1, each participant emails the moderator 5 to 10 questions, depending of their opponent, for their opponent, that can be read publicly. I don't know. They know about each other, and they know what they want to ask each other. They know what they want to say. Time allotted for the questions to be answered is 2 minutes per question per person. The time allotted for the rebuttal is 1 minute per question per person. No yelling allowed. The yelling I think, is more than the swearing, because you can't get nothing accomplished when you're yelling. I've seen a lot of people get a lot of stuff accomplished swearing. That's why I be trying to tell the devil, if I could just curse you out one good time, devil, you might stop leaving me. You may leave me alone. Get your breast cursed out real good one time, right? But I've seen stuff get done. Not too much yelling, but with a little cursing and swearing in it. I've seen people accomplish some things. Hanging up on the debate. 7. That's the only thing. You can't, if you do that, you forfeit. I mean, I know you like me, my patience is short when it comes to ignorance sometimes. I just don't want to deal with it. I'm too old for that. I'm tired of playing the games. I don't want to be immature. I get it. But this is a formal setting. Remember, we got to be on our best behavior. We read what a debate is, and it's a formal setting, so we gotta represent, right? So we get into the swearing again. This is a violation, 15 seconds, and the person, when they're muted out, the other person will have advantage of that 15 seconds. So it's like you swear, you go into timeout, and then I'm gonna let the other person talk for your 15 seconds while you're in timeout. So now you only have a minute and 45 seconds to answer the question. And every time you curse during your 2 minutes, you're going to get muted out, and that person pretty much going to talk. You're not going to get to answer the question if you curse through your whole 2 minutes. You see how that goes? It will work out. I watch a lot of sports. I watch hockey. I see those little violations. They get taken out the game. 30 seconds go by fast. 15 seconds go by fast. They get back in the game. But they got to pay the penalty for the violation. And see, there was no rules in play today. So there wasn't nothing to violate but each other again. Us as Black women, we're not getting into that. We know what it is, right? But there was no rules to break, so nobody could put them in timeout, and nobody had the structure set up. So rude behavior again falls within that. You get 2 warnings for rude behavior. Talking at a turn, or snapping at the moderator, rolling your eyes or something like that. Like, I don't got no demon in this fight. Don't be rolling your eyes at me. You get a warning like, okay, now I'm not playing that. I asked you to stop yelling. I asked you to stop being rude. I asked you. You give like 2 warnings, then you got to suffer the violation. How am I doing so far, guys? All right, please be courteous of the moderators. A lot of people don't know how to navigate these applications as fast as we would like to. So just be courteous of the time management. Some people could go real fast, and other people, that's why I say it may go the hour and 30 minutes, depending on how fast the moderator can navigate, how many violations is given out, how many questions are allowed off the jump, how many questions the moderator is going to be allowed to ask, because that's another 2 minutes for each contestant as well. And then again, we have questions should have categories. Absolutely. The moderator should be allowed to ask 2 or 3 questions at the beginning or at the end. And I'm going to go over to this comment. Nuri B, okay, says good. We are all in agreement. And if they don't, guys, I did a video. It's good content. If anybody wants to use this, just give me credit for it, because I could give you guys a lot of ideas on these YouTube streets. I'm very creative, very wise when it comes to certain things like this. Very patient with people. Very understanding. I'm very willing and eager to see people solve their differences. Even if you cannot be friends at the end of this, or even if you want to go your separate ways, at least you know why you're going your separate ways at the end of this debate, okay? So let's go ahead and say we're all in agreement. Thank you, guys. I see you 3 people out there. Thank you. But I'm going to go ahead and end this. I don't want this to be too long or much longer than what it is. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your participation. I really do. If this is your first time here, please subscribe down below. Everybody has a niche, and everybody has a calling on these YouTube streets. And this is really right up my alley, as us old school people used to say. This floats my boat. I help people resolve their issues in the Bible. And I feel I can help people resolve their issues, whether you make up or break up. You have to resolve it. You can't keep walking around with all this hate and animosity and anxiety and frustration because of another person. When on YouTube, people have the right to go head to head, whether it's roasting or gagging, or whether it's formally sitting down discussing your issues. The choice is yours. You guys have tried the roasting and the gagging. Now try sitting down talking about it with some reasonable people, not instigating and throwing fuel on the fire. Fuel on the fire, but people who's willing to fan the flames that's already going to try to put the fire out. All right, so Milagro said, it's been sent. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And like I said, I'm not trying to insert myself, but they both was like, get a neutral platform. And even if we have to do it on this platform, because I'm comfortable doing it on this platform, or going live from this main page right here, we could do it here. So when the song ends, guys, so will this video. I appreciate Milagros, Nervy B, TC, and anybody else in the chat that's listening, guys. We got this. We got this. We got this. I think this will be good for not only my channel, but for them ladies just to sit down and squash it and move on. So this video is called Debatable Between Ex-Friends. A lot of the stuff what we saw today was definitely debatable. That's why I'm posing to VS and to 7 Stars. If you find me worthy, like Sodom and Gomorrah, he said, Abraham to the Lord, 50 people worthy, 45. If you guys find me worthy, like my content, like what I just did with this video, trust the fact that I'll get TC White Girl Reed. She'll be the timekeeper. Even Milagros, just to have, 7 Stars. However we do it, we could be reasonable and set this thing up for them, y'all. So let them know that your girl ReligionWinked TV over here is willing to lend a helping hand. Extend the olive branch. Try to bridge the gap of division between the women on YouTube. So I got mad respect for both of them, and it was a shame to see what I saw today, but it also opened up my eyes to say, wait a minute, you can use what the devil meant to hurt both of them and turn it around for their good, and hopefully this is good enough for them to come on my platform and let's do this. Peace.